In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 11, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Miami, Florida versus Florida State. In a highly anticipated Atlantic Coast Conference showdown between 2 Sunshine State rivals, the Miami Hurricanes hit the road to face the number 4 Florida State Seminoles on a Saturday afternoon. Miami is coming off a disappointing 20-6 road loss to NC State, failing to cover the spread as a 6.5-point favorite, and currently stands at 6-3 for the season. On the flip side, Florida State secured a 24-7 victory against Pitt in their latest outing, albeit falling short of covering the 20.5-point spread. The all-time series between these teams sees the Hurricanes holding a narrow 35-32 advantage, but the Seminoles have claimed victory in the last 2 meetings, including a dominant 45-3 road triumph on November 5, 2022. Miami, eager to bounce back from their recent setback, boasts offensive weapons in quarterback Tyler Van Dyke, who has thrown for 2,057 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions with a 67.7% completion rate. The rushing attack is led by Henry Parrish Jr. with 469 yards and Donald Chaney Jr. with 379 yards. The receiving core features Xavier Restrepo, Jacoby George, and Colby Young as notable contributors. Defensively, James Williams leads the team with 51 total tackles, while Cameron Kinchens and Tekery Couch have been instrumental in the interception department. Florida State enters the matchup with an unblemished 9-0 record, coming off a convincing 24-7 win over Pitt. Quarterback Jordan Travis has been a key offensive force, amassing 2,469 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions with a 64.4% completion rate. Trey Benson leads the rushing attack with 641 yards and 8 touchdowns, while Keon Coleman, Johnny Wilson, and Jaheim Bell form a formidable receiving trio. Defensively, Kalen DeLoach spearheads the unit with 49 total tackles and 5 sacks, complemented by Jared Verse, Joshua Farmer, and Patrick Payton. Miami, despite starting the season strongly, has faced challenges with 3 losses in their last 5 games. The Hurricanes' offensive struggles against NC State pose a significant hurdle in this rivalry matchup. Meanwhile, Florida State has displayed dominance, winning 7 of their 9 games by double digits. The Seminoles' defense has consistently stepped up, and their offense, led by Travis, has been formidable even in the absence of key pass-catching options. As Miami arrives in Tallahassee facing offensive uncertainties, Florida State aims to make a statement and maintain their unbeaten conference record. The Seminoles, having triumphed convincingly in their recent outings, are poised to secure a victory on their home turf, potentially covering the spread. So the Florida State Seminoles to win and cover as favorites is our full game side pick. Analyzing the total points projection, Miami has surpassed the total in 5 of their 9 games, including 2 of their 3 road games. Florida State has gone over the total in 6 of their 9 games, with 4 overs in their 4 home games plus a neutral site win over LSU. Given the offensive potential of both teams, particularly Florida State, the expectation is for a high-scoring affair. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Tennessee versus Missouri. 2 distinguished Southeastern Conference teams clash on the football field, seeking victory in the Show Me State. The number 13 Tennessee Volunteers hit the road to face the number 14 Missouri Tigers on a Saturday afternoon. In their previous outing, Tennessee dominated UConn with a resounding 59-3 win at home, covering the 34-point spread as favorites. Meanwhile, Missouri put up a strong fight but ultimately lost 30-21 on the road against number 2 Georgia, managing to cover the 14-point underdog spread. In the historical series between the teams, Tennessee holds a 6-5 advantage, winning the last 4 meetings, including a commanding 66-24 triumph in their recent clash on November 12, 2022. The Tennessee Volunteers, now boasting a 7-2 record, enter this game after a convincing 59-3 victory over UConn. Quarterback Joe Milton III has been instrumental, amassing 2,017 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions with a 65.5% completion rate. Jalen Wright spearheads the rushing attack with 826 yards and 3 touchdowns, supported by Jabari Small and Dylan Sampson. Squirrel White leads the receiving unit with 46 receptions for 557 yards and 2 touchdowns. The defense, anchored by Elijah Herring, James Pierce Jr., and Camel Haddon, remains formidable. On the other side, the 7-2 Missouri Tigers seek a rebound after a hard-fought 30-21 loss to Georgia. Quarterback Brady Cook has showcased skill, accumulating 2,471 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions with a 67.3% completion rate. Cody Schrader contributes significantly to the rushing game with 919 yards and 10 touchdowns. Luther Burden III and Theo Weiss Jr. lead the receiving core. Defensively, Tyron Hopper, Darius Robinson, and Johnny Walker J play crucial roles. Missouri, with victories in 5 of their last 6 home games, demonstrates offensive prowess, scoring over 32 points per game. They possess a balanced offensive approach with effective passing and running. Tennessee's strength in defending the run contrasts with recent vulnerabilities in pass defense, conceding over 270 passing yards per game in the last 3 matchups. The Volunteers, with 2 consecutive wins, have struggled on the road, particularly offensively, failing to surpass 20 points in 2 out of 3 away games. Anticipated as an entertaining clash between high-octane offenses, both teams have experienced setbacks this season. Tennessee faced road defeats against Alabama and Florida, losing by 14 and 13 points, respectively. Missouri, on the other hand, suffered a 10-point loss at home against LSU before a 9-point defeat on the road against Georgia. Notably, both teams secured victories against Kentucky, with Tennessee prevailing 33-27 and Missouri securing a 38-21 triumph. While acknowledging the respect accorded to the Vols, reservations linger concerning the reliability of Joe Milton III at quarterback, given occasional accuracy issues. Conversely, confidence is placed in Missouri's Brady Cook, backed by a formidable receiving arsenal, including Luther Burden III. The expectation is that Missouri will secure victory on their home turf, especially considering potential missing pieces in Tennessee's receiving and running back positions. So the Missouri Tigers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Turning to the total points projection, historical trends and the offensive prowess of both teams suggest a high-scoring encounter. Tennessee has leaned towards the over in 5 of their 9 games, including 2 of their 3 road games. Missouri has favored the over in 6 of their 9 games, with 4 overs in their 4 home games plus a neutral site win over LSU. Given the potential for a track meet and the historical tendency for meetings between these teams to go over the total, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Rutgers versus Iowa. In the upcoming gridiron clash, Iowa and Rutgers are poised to renew their football rivalry, marking their 4th meeting on the field. The historical backdrop leans in favor of Iowa, with the series kicking off in 2016 when Rutgers joined the Big Ten. Currently, Iowa stands at an impressive 7-2 overall, accompanied by a solid 4-2 record in the Big Ten. Despite some uneven performances, including a recent win at Wrigley Field against Northwestern, the Hawkeyes seem to have found a winning formula. On the other side of the line of scrimmage, the Scarlet Knights, holding a commendable 6-3 record, including a 3-3 standing in the Big Ten, displayed resilience in their recent bout against number 1 Ohio State. Rutgers head coach Greg Schiano, now in his 15th season at the helm, appears eager to provide another litmus test for his team by facing a college football playoff top 25 contender, setting the stage for a highly anticipated and compelling showdown between these determined squads. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights, on a quest for redemption after splitting their last 6 games, face challenges on the road, marked by 2 losses in their last 3 away games. Quarterback Gavin Wimsatt, displaying a completion rate of 49%, has amassed 1,263 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. He has found reliable targets in Christian Dremel and Yaqui Jackson, who have combined for 694 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. Additionally, the ground game, spearheaded by Kyle Monangai with an impressive 903 yards and 7 touchdowns, has been a formidable force. On the defensive front, Rutgers concedes an average of 18 points and 283.1 yards yards per game, with key contributors like Dayan Jennings, Aaron Lewis, and Max Melton making significant impacts. On the opposing side, the Iowa Hawkeyes are riding a wave of success, having won 4 of their last 5 games. Their recent home game record stands at a commendable 4-1. Quarterback Cade McNamara, with a completion rate of 51.1%, has thrown for 505 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, supported by receivers Eric All and Diane Vines, who have tallied 433 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns combined, and a ground game led by LeShawn Williams with 551 yards and 1 touchdown. The Hawkeyes seem well equipped defensively. The Iowa defense, allowing an average of 14 points and 297.8 yards per game, boasts key contributors like Jay Higgins, Joe Evans, and Sebastian Castro. A closer examination of the matchup raises eyebrows, considering the number 22 ranked Iowa team playing at home with a line less than a field goal against an unranked opponent. Despite Iowa's offensive struggles, they surprisingly lead the West Division, relying heavily on a robust defense and perhaps a dash of luck. Conversely, Rutgers, a well-coached team, faced 2 challenging losses against powerhouses Ohio State and Michigan. The capabilities of Gavin Wimsatt, coupled with Rutgers' impressive 6-2-1 against the spread record, including a strong 2-0-1 against the spread performance on the road, position them as strong contenders. So the Rutgers Scarlet Knights money line is our full game side pick. Turning to the total points projection, the seemingly low figure is viewed with skepticism, and a case is made that it might still be too high, especially considering Iowa's offensive challenges. The Hawkeyes have consistently favored the under, boasting a 7-2-0 record, signaling a tendency towards low-scoring affairs. Last week's matchup against Northwestern, which shared the same 28.5-point line, resulted in a total of only 17 points, underscoring Iowa's proclivity for engaging in defensive battles. This sustained under streak is not a fluke, making a strong case for choosing under the projected total. Expect a tightly contested, low-scoring affair, with both teams grappling to reach double digits. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. If you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.